Good evening, I'm Reed Cowan.
Hi, I'm Sarah Donchi. We do start with disturbing new details about the assault on Paul Pelosi.
KPIX 5's Lauren Toms on the court filings that show the suspect had plans to tie up House Speaker Pelosi and even break her kneecaps.
Yeah, hey guys, David DePape is facing 13 years to life after being charged with both state and federal crimes related to that attack on Paul Pelosi. But new details released today by the Justice Department highlight the chilling and politically motivated nature of this attack. A federal complaint filed Monday paints a shocking picture of what unfolded at the home of Paul and Nancy Pelosi on the morning of October 28th, all directed at the House Speaker.
This House and the Speaker herself were specifically targets of the defendant.
DePape told officers he viewed Nancy Pelosi, in his words, as the, quote, leader of the pack of lies told by the Democratic Party. He said he intended to hold the House Speaker hostage and wanted to talk to her. He said if Nancy were to tell the, quote, truth, he would release her. But if not, he would break her kneecaps, a threat that warrants a felony charge.
This has shaken a lot of people. This is a terrible tragedy. But thank goodness for the quick response, the quick thinking of the dispatcher.
DePape came armed with a host of items intended to restrain Pelosi. Officers found a roll of tape, white rope, one hammer, zip ties, one pair of rubber and cloth gloves, and a journal.
It's something that I will tell you unnerved me as a political figure in this city. I think we've gotten to a point where we know that there have been tragedies in this very city of political leaders in the past. And so it's something that we have to take very seriously.
We're also learning that DePape made it well into the Pacific Heights mansion, making it all the way to the House Speaker's bedroom, where he confronted 82-year-old Paul, demanding to know where Nancy is.
We have to calm things down. We have to decide that we are going to be more respectful as an American society, that it's okay to disagree.
A conversation ensued between DePape and Pelosi, and eventually Pelosi was able to enter a bathroom to call authorities. But DePape said he refused to surrender and struck Pelosi, all in the name of fighting tyranny.
It is incumbent upon us all to watch the words that we say and to turn down the volume of our political rhetoric. We should be able to all engage in passionate political discourse, but still remain respectful of one another. Violence certainly has no place in San Francisco or in politics.
Now, federal and state authorities teased even more chilling details to come as this investigation unfolds. But today we did learn that DePape said he intended to break Nancy Pelosi's knees so that she would have to be wheeled on to the House floor to show, in his words, the consequences of her actions. DePape is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow afternoon.
Lauren, we also got word today that Nancy Pelosi may not have been his only target.
Yeah, CBS News has learned that DePape had a longer list of people that he intended to target, although authorities are not going as far to call this an actual hit list. But law enforcement sources say that he may have been planning to attack more people beyond just Pelosi. And today, SFPD Police Chief Bill Scott said that the SFPD is providing security for the Pelosis and suggested in the future there could be an agreement between the department and the U.S. Capitol Police to provide protections for other high-ranking political officials who live in the city. Reed?
All right, thank you for that update. So we want for our viewers to give you a breakdown of the federal charges DePape is facing tonight, and they include assault on a family member of a U.S. official with the intent to retaliate against the official on account of the performance of their official duties. He also will face charges for attempted kidnapping of a U.S. official. Those charges carry a potential sentence of both 30 and 20 years in prison.